Welcome to part 2 of our Denmark to Normandy adventure. In the first part, we rode from Denmark to Paris on our classic scooters. Now the adventure continues. We made it to the Eiffel Tower early Sunday morning, but there's still a long way to go and more places we want to swing by in Paris. We rode up Champs-Élysées, something that for many Danes is connected to the Tour de France cycling. More cars were starting to show up, but still a fantastic feeling. And there it was, the Arc de Triomphe. The iconic monument built in the early 1800s to celebrate Napoleon's victories. Quick spin around and another naughty stop for a picture. And off again before the nice men with the machine guns could get too close. Continuing northwest, we could start to see the business district of Paris and the Grand Arch de la Défense in the distance, a kind of modern version of Arc de Triomphe. Pardon my French. Just before the Grand Arch, the road dips into a tunnel. And after riding a while in tunnels, we pop up on the other side, and suddenly we're out of central Paris. That was easy. As a way to reach Normandy without using too much time, we opted to take the highway for a few hours. We did do a little highway back in Denmark to get out of Copenhagen, but now we quickly settle into a rhythm. We kind of found a speed we all could follow in a fairly close pack, all finding the distance between each other that they were comfortable with. The motorcycle always made up the rear, so you knew if you were falling behind, and it was also easier to see by traffic coming from the rear. This way, we reached Normandy at a good pace. and early in the afternoon we reached the American cemetery at Omaha Beach, around 300 kilometers west of the Eiffel Tower. The American cemetery in Normandy is a burial site for Americans who lost their life in the Second World War. A very special place. Beautiful, if you can say that about a place with such a horrible story. It was a very special atmosphere, and you cannot avoid feeling touched, going through the endless rows of crosses. And this was only the American losses. It really makes you think about the scale of what happened there 80 years ago. Omaha Beach is only one of 5 D-Day landing beaches in Normandy, and the whole area is filled with sights to see. A few of the guys went for a quick swim, just to say that they took a dip at Omaha Beach. Driving through the area is like driving through a history lesson. It's like driving around in Band of Brothers or Saving Private Ryan. The roads, the scenery, the little French villages, all has a special vibe to them. After a quick lunch, we had a stop at the Memorial for the Royal Engineers. A great little spot with a few things to see and a great view up and down the coastline. For the night, we checked in at a local bed and breakfast. Here it was time for a quick change of clutch plates, a beer and a talk with some of the other friendly guests. This place was the first place we stayed that we hadn't booked beforehand. The first 3 hotels were booked in advance, but after Paris we didn't dare plan where we would be. A breakdown can cost a lot of time and you won't reach as far as planned. The weather may cause you to change the route, and you may all agree that the mood isn't for riding as long on a specific day. The rest of the days we generally booked a hotel for the night around lunch, where we had a good idea on how far we wanted to go. Traveling late May, it was fairly easy to find a hotel, even for 10 people in 4 to 6 rooms. The next morning, we did a quick stop at the British Normandy Memorial. and later the Pegasus Bridge. Not this actual bridge, but the one it replaced, was a key point in the beginning of the invasion. Right next to the bridge is a cozy small cafe filled with memorabilia and atmosphere. About 50 kilometers up the coast, we stopped at the small city of Honfleur, a very atmospheric old town placed right where the river Seine enters the English Channel, the same river that goes through Paris and passes by the Eiffel Tower. Another 50 kilometers north, we stopped by Chapelle Notre-Dame-de-la-Garde in the town Etretat, a place you're not allowed to drive to by yourself. Just saying. So we met up at a beautiful seafront promenade. That afternoon, we headed east, more inland, and ended the day in the city Amiens. Again, for a nice dinner, a beer or two, and a good night's sleep. Tuesday morning, we headed out again. The plan was to do a longer stretch on the motorway to get some kilometers behind us. Doing a mix of motorways and smaller roads meant that we had more time to spend visiting places and driving a few selected scenic routes, without driving the entire day. Unfortunately, the trusty blue PX started acting up and had to get a little assistance to a better spot to stop. While inspecting the carburetor, something weird with the rubber manifold was found. Upon disassembling, it was found that the rubber had broken down from the inside, and large chunks of rubber were pulled from the reed valve. We had no spare manifold, but the existing one was cleaned and the scooter was running well again. After quite a stretch northeast into Belgium again, we ended up between Brussels and Antwerp, in the city Rumst, home of LambrettaFinder. Sam, who owns the place, has had this fantastic workshop for around 20 years. Sam not only repairs classic Vespas and Lambrettas, he also finds old scooters that he fixes up and sells. Sam gave us a tour of his place and was able to help us out with a few parts we needed. Finally, the missing brake arm was fixed. He also had a dyno, and of course we had to have a scooter on the dyno. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, something did go wrong. The little woodruff key that holds the flywheel on the axle could not take the strain and broke, resulting in the flywheel spinning loose and eventually getting stuck. Luckily, Peter's sledgehammer has the same setup, and he bought a spare woodruff key. Apparently, this is becoming a common problem. After a bit of cleanup, the flywheel was secured again and the scooter is running. No significant damage was done. Thanks so much, Sam, for helping out and letting us hang around. I don't think he got a lot of work done that day. We booked a hotel 100 kilometers west of Hasselt and headed out. Somewhere along the way, we were split up. Navigating by a small beeline on your glove box means that you may not see when to turn off in time. This resulted in 3 of us getting lost from the group. No worries, we agree with the other group to meet at the hotel, and we set our own route. I was running low on fuel and made the mistake of driving on the highway with the fuel cock in normal position, not reserve. I ran out of fuel, and the two other guys in my little group noticed too late that I had pulled over in the emergency lane. This was a busy highway, but luckily I could roll to a spot with a little more room. After turning the tank to reserve and adding fuel from my spare, I still wasn't able to start the scooter. After some investigation, I found that the spark plug had died. In the end, I managed to get the scooter started again. And just as I prepared to move on, 2 roadside assistance trucks arrived. I explained that all was well, the scooter seemed to be running again. But they told me I was not allowed to leave. After some discussion, I was explained that I had been spotted on a camera and they had been called. According to Belgian law, once they were there, they would have to take me away. I was not allowed to drive away by myself. I had 2 options. Either they could pick me up and drop me off at the next exit, or they could take my scooter to a depot where I could pick it up the next day. A lot of time wasted, and both options would cost me hundreds of euros. I'm gonna end this part here. What a cliffhanger. Will I be able to get my scooter back from Belgian roadside services? There are still places to see and people to visit, and will we all make it home? All will be told in the third and final part.